Good morning, all. So, welcome or welcome back to the Go training day two. So, yesterday in the day one, we had seen why Go has came into existence in the Google. Okay, what are the problem that was developer was facing with the existing programming language? Then who are the person that is the Robert and Kim, who are the who are the creators of the Go language, and what are the different things they had considered while creating or designing the Go language. Okay, then after that, uh, how is Go is simpler with with compared to the existing language. Okay, then in the second half we had seen some basic concept like primitive data types in the Go, then package in the Go, then variable constants. Okay, so these are the part we had covered yesterday. So anyone has any issues regarding the topic we had covered in the yesterday? So please let me know in the chat box. Okay, fine. Then we will continue with the today's session. So today we will see some building blocks of Go language, that is the functions, loops, conditional statements, and the struct. Okay, so let's start with the function. So function is a building block of code that perform a specific task. A function takes an input, performs some calculation on the input, and returns an output. Okay, this is the basic functional definition of function. Okay, so what are the advantages of using function? So if we write any function, so it reduces the duplication of code. Okay, so we can call particular function multiple times. Okay, so we can reduce the duplication of code, and which reduce the maintenance of the code in the production level code. Second is a decomposing a complex problem into simpler pieces. Okay, let's say our one function doing multiple things, so we can break down into smaller functions, and we can increase the readability of code by giving the proper name to the function. And in this way we can decompose the complex problem into a small chunks of functions. Okay, then by giving the readable name to the function, we improve the clarity of the code. So any next developer who is working on the same code can easily understand the existing code present in the code base. Okay, reuse of code we already covered, and information hiding. Okay, so let's say we are doing some logic, business logic in a function, so we can only expose that function to the caller, and in this way we can hide the implementation of business logic from the end user. If they want, they can see, but while consuming, we can hide the some information. Okay, so uh, this is the regarding the functions. Okay, okay. So we will see how functions are created in the Go language. Okay, functions function in a Go are created with the func keyword. Func is a keyword we use while creating the functions. Okay, function in the Go language, functions can take multiple inputs and return multiple parameters as output. As if we compare the other programming language, there we can return only one parameter. Okay, but in the Go we can return multiple parameters. Okay, so in this way, in the Go we improve the error handling. Okay, or conditional handling, and we reduce the declaration of struct. Okay, multiple structs, because if you want to return multiple parameters, then in another other programming language we generally create a structs and embed different fields in that struct and return that variable of struct, right? So then we if we do like that, then we increase the code maintenance by increasing the structs. Okay, so in the Go language, we can return the multiple parameters from the function. So in this way, we can reduce the type declaration in the Go. Okay. So return keyword is used to return a value from the function. Okay. So if you are returning any parameters from the function, so you there is mandatory rule to write a return keyword at the end of the function. Okay. In the Go, as we had said already had explained you yesterday regarding the function pointer. So functions can be assigned to any variable. Okay. We can pass the function as an argument to some other functions or return from the functions. Okay, so this makes a language more flexible. So as we want, we can use the functions. Okay, so we will see some demos regarding the functions. Okay, let's define one function to calculate the bill. Okay, so calculate bill is a function. Okay, therefore we had used a func keyword here. Then name of the function. This function takes two argument. Okay, price and number of type int and return one parameter of type int. Okay, so here we had calculated the total price and we had returned from the here. Okay, let's try to run it. Okay. Okay, so we are getting total bill equal to 25. In this way, we can declare one function. Okay, let's see another flavor of the function. So with the help of slash and star, we can add a multi-line comment in the Go language. Okay, and if you want to add single line comment, you can use a double hash. Okay, so in this way we can add the comment. So by adding comment, we can increase the readability of the code. Okay, let's see the another flavor of the function. Okay, let's see. We have to calculate the day after today's date. Okay. Okay. What is the new in this function? Okay. Yeah. The new thing is that we can give the name to the output parameter while we are defining the functions. Okay, so here we had given name day as a string and err as a error. Okay, so that when we define the functions, output get initialized to the zero value of the type. Okay, so string type has a value equal to empty string. Okay, and error has a value equal to nil. Okay, so error is an interface in the Go. Okay, so error is an abstract type in the Go, and the type which implement this error method, we can pass the value of that type in the place of error. Okay, you can see, you can learn about the error in the upcoming section. Okay, so here we are dealing with the steps input parameter, and we are checking if the steps are less than 0. Okay, and we are returning the error. So we had used the fmt package here and one exported function error. Okay, which takes a formatted string and the parameter and which returns an error. Okay, so if the steps are negative, steps are less than 0, we are returning the errors. Okay, and if the steps are greater than 0, we are calculating the day after today's date. Okay, so let's try to run it. Oops, I want to so this part. Yeah, so day will be Monday after 3 days. Okay, to Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay, let's try to run it again with the negative values. Okay, Now we are getting error steps -1 cannot be less than a 0. Okay. So in this way, we can handle the error case scenarios easily. So which reduce the handling of exceptions like in Java. So by adding exception, we generally increase the readability of the code. So by introducing the error type in the Go, they had increased the code readability and decreased the code maintenance. Okay. So we can give a name to the output parameter as we want. Okay. Let's look at the another flavor of the function.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but could you please explain how are we populating this day variable in the day after function?
How we are populating? Okay. So
I mean, as the function is returning void, so
okay. So what's happened is that if you give name to the output parameters, so when we are returning, so at line number 66, you can see that we are assigning values to the day variable, right? Output variable. So if you are not giving any, if you are giving name to the output variable, so while returning, the variable will return the latest value of that variable. Okay. Let
okay, got it.
So by giving the name to the output parameter, you can reduce the code maintenance and you can omit the return parameter. Okay.
So by giving name, we don't need to return it exactly, right?
Right, right.
Got it.
Okay. Let's see the another variant of the function. Let's comment out this part. And here we had used the fmt package and scaling function from fmt package to accept the input from the user. Okay, from the terminal standard input. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the definition of check function first. Okay. 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 So check function defined in the package number. Okay. So check function take first parameter as a type integer. Second parameter is a type function which takes in int as an input parameter and return boolean as an output parameter. Okay. And this package present in the number. Okay. And let's see. So while calling this function check number, we are passing the already defined function in the main package. Okay. So it is a main package. So is even function is defined here. Okay. So we are passing this function as a input parameter to the to the check number function. Okay. So let's try to run it. Let me clear my screen first. So number is even. Okay. Let's here something went wrong. If number is even, println number is even. Well, let's see what is wrong here. Okay. Okay. We
The
are.
else statement also has number is even.
Yeah. Yeah.
The return statement is copied.
Mhm. easy one. Therefore, just let me correct. If number modulo 2 not equal to 2, then it is false. Otherwise, it is a true, right?
No, in the
If number
the string is same. The string
Okay,
is
okay, okay.
same that you're returning.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it. It's if is even, then it is a even number is even, even, and number is odd. Let's try to run it again. Yeah, number is odd. Okay, because we are passing the number equal to 5. Okay, so in the main function, so in this way we can pass function as an input parameter to the another function. So in this way, if any legacy function present in the main package, and if you want to call that function from this some another package, then you can declare one function inside that package and just pass that function as an argument to that function. Okay, in this way you can call the functions present in the main package from the functions which are not present in the main package. Okay, let's comment out this part. Okay, let's look at the another flavor of the function. Okay, it's divisible by 5. Let's see the definition of this function. Okay, so what we had done, we had initialized the anonymous function. Okay, let's just remove this one now for the code readability. Okay, so here we had so in this part we had defined one anonymous function. Anonymous function is a function without a name. Okay, so in this part we had defined the anonymous function. Okay, in this part we had defined the anonymous function, and we are passing number as an input parameter to this anonymous function, and we are taking output from this anonymous function in the status variable, and just we are returning that value from here at line number 86. So in this way we can define anonymous function inside the function. Okay, let's if there are any requirement raised, and if you see you can uh, just pull just add some line of code inside a function to increase the readability of the code, then you can define the anonymous function inside the functions. Okay, so while when you will learn more about the defer keyword, then that time you will get the actual use case of the anonymous functions. Okay, so let's try to run this program. Okay, number 11 is not divisible divisible for 5. Okay, okay, so in this way you can just define anonymous function in the Go. Okay, so Go also support okay, let's comment out this part first. So another flavor of the function is the variadic function. Okay, so let's assume that if you don't know how many parameters that function will accept, so you can just declare the variadic function. Okay, so with the help of three dots, you can define the variadic function. So some function will take multiple input. Okay, so there is no limit to passing the input parameters. and just we are doing the sum of that input parameter and returning the sum. Okay. So at line number 43, we had passed 3 parameters. At line number 44, we had passed the 4 parameters. And at line number 45, we had passed the 5 parameters. Okay. Just try to run this program. Okay. And we are getting sum equal to 6, 10, and 15. Okay. So in this way, you can define the Variadic function, which can take multiple inputs. Okay. There is no limit to pass the input parameters.
Hey, in this case, we are assuming that all the inputs are of same type. What
Yeah.
if they are of different type?
uh, then then you have to just, if you want to pass a different type, then you can just add before that, but you cannot add after that. Okay.
Could you please
Yeah.
show it?
Okay. Just a float. Okay. So you can add before the Variadic Variadic variable numbers. Okay. So just print that from here.
So I had one question.
Yeah.
Like we are passing nums and dot dot and we are passing. So in a similar way, we can pass in array also like this.
Yeah, we can pass the slice by just I will give you one example. Okay, let's wait.
What will be the difference between this and the slice which we will be passing?
So when you have to pass the slice, we have to unpack that slice. Okay, with the help of dot 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 operator. So we cannot directly pass the slice to the Variadic function. We have to first unpack that slice of type integer, and we can then pass
What do
to
you
the
mean
sum
by unpack?
function.
What do you mean by unpack?
Okay, let me show you one example. Okay, first clear this parameter. Okay, let's first demonstrate. Can we pass the different parameters? Okay, just if we try to pass the different parameters, then it will give an error because we are not sure what parameters we are sending. Okay, so we cannot pass the different parameters. Okay, so let's look at the another example how we can pass the slice. Okay. Let's say you are defined slice of integer as s1, slice of integer 1, 2, 3. Okay. And you have to just unpack that slice. Okay, control.
I think you should use the make keyword to make the slice.
No, just wait. I have not called that function.
We have redefined S1, I think. We should write it as S4.
Code and just pass the all the sum function from inside and just do a s4 dot 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 and just comment out this by a single line comment. Okay, so in this way you have to first unpack this slice and then pass to the Variadic function. Okay, just try to run it. Okay, we are getting sum equal to 6. So in this way we can pass slice by unpacking the slice. Okay.
So can't we send the slice directly on the in the function?
Yeah.
So why there is need of this unpacking?
So because this sum function is not taking input parameter as a slice, but it taking the multiple input parameter of type integer, right?
Yeah, in this case, this is yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's comment out this part. Yeah. Go also supports the recursive function call. Okay, let's see an example. This is a fact function to calculate a factorial. So it's simple implementation of factorial function. So we are calling the fact function recursively to calculate factorial of the number. Okay. So let's calculate a factorial of 3. Yeah, we are getting factorial of 3 equal to 6. Okay. So these are the different flavors of the functions in the Go. So anybody has any doubts? Yeah. What is the benefit of using Variadic function where we when we can use a slice? Okay. So sometimes there is we are not sure how many parameters that required for for the function. So best example will be the println function that we had seen yesterday. So yesterday to print the any output in the standard output. Okay. So there we are not sure how many parameters are required, and where we cannot directly use the slices to pass to the input parameters. Okay. So like println statement where we are not sure how many parameters are will be there. So on that cases we can use the Variadic function. We saw yeah. So percent %v is the format specifier which will format the out what that variable contains. Percent %v stands for the value, so it will print the value of that variable. Can you tell more about the formatter specifier? Oh, okay. So yes, you can just read more about the format specifier. If you are just have any doubts, then we can cover up in the evening doubt session. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
So in the calculatable function for the var type total price, we haven't declared data type. So is it because we have already defined the return type in the function itself, or because
No.
otherwise we would have to use a shorthand operator?
Yeah, we can use the shorthand operator also here.
So how is it working without the shorthand operator? I mean, ideally it should return error that data type not specified.
Because we are use the keyword var here, right? Therefore, it is not written in an error.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we remove an error, then it will return an error. Total price not declared. So just we with the help of a shorthand operator, just we initialize and assign value to total price.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's move out to the another section. Okay. So this is all about the functions.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question regarding the anonymous function.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in the line number 84, we are writing number in brackets. So why we dot it?
Okay. So this number will be the input parameter for this anonymous function num.
Okay.
Okay. So there is one thing remaining regarding the anonymous function. Let's say there is a one variable declare outside the function scope of this anonymous function. Let's say a equal to 54. Okay. Just we are printing the value inside the scope of anonymous function. Okay. And just we are increasing value of a by 1, and just we are printing the value of a here outside the scope of anonymous function. Okay, just try to run this program. Is divisible by 5. Okay, just try to run this program. Okay, just comment out. Uh, Okay, so you can see that value is 54 and 55. Okay, so from this we can say that, okay, so the variable present outside the scope of anonymous function, we can access that variable inside the anonymous functions. Okay, so we can access any variable that is out of scope from the anonymous function inside the anonymous function. That is the one of the main advantage of using the anonymous functions. Okay, so if we want, instead of passing as an input parameter number here, okay, just we can use this number as a parameter here. Just remove this. Just remove this. Yeah, and just try to run this program. Then only we can access the variable which is outside the scope of anonymous function inside the anonymous function. Okay. That's it about the anonymous function. Okay. Okay. Let's.
Manish, I had one doubt. Like you used the anonymous functions in the last example. So like the output was 54, 55. So we are calling the line which was outside the scope was called first, and when the function was called, then the line 55 was printed. Like does it depend on when that particular function is called? If we call that function once again after this, so it will print 55 once again, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we call this function, you increase the value of a in this function, right? Here.
Yeah. So let's say we are increase the value of a here. Okay.
If we call the function again here, this function, it is taking now in. So will it again increase the value of a, or it will remain the same?
So we cannot call this function, right? 2 times.
Okay. Okay, so this function will be limited to this declaration only.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Adding up on the same doubt. So like a++ is being done when we are calling or while it's being defined.
So when we call that function, the operation is happening.
Okay, so if where we have called it, let's say just if you could add another call of the function, this is the same call where you have called, like where you've written the function.
So can you tell me the line number exactly?
Like where you have used the example of this function above.
Okay, so I have to call this.
Yeah, like have the same function call again. No, not define the function.
Yeah, but if we call this again, then a also initializes to 54 again, right?
Oh, okay, right. Okay, cool.
So anyone has any doubts regarding the functions?
Could you please run this function and show us the value of a here?
This function, just let me print here. A is 55. Okay. So let's move to the next part, that are the loops. Okay.
Okay, we use one print statement after that also. So it should have been printed twice. Is it printing twice? Okay.
It is printing twice because there is a print statement at line number 87 also.
Yeah, so which one is being called first? The print line number 83 has been printed before, or
just verify one. So it will line number 83 will call first, and just
Is it always the case that it will be top to bottom?
Just we will verify in this case. Yeah, as you can see, because we are calling this anonymous function at line number 85.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyone has any doubts before we moving to the next part? Okay, fine. So let's move to the next part. So we will see what are the different loops present in the Go language. Okay. So if you aware of the any programming language, there are multiple loop like for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay. So there are multiple flavors of the loop, and any developer will use the loops which are familiar for him or for her. Okay. So this will increase the code maintenance. Okay, because the developer which is familiar with his concept, he will use that loops. Okay, to reduce that problem, so Go has only one for loop. Okay, there is no while loop present, there is no do while loop present. Okay, only for loop is present inside the Go. Okay, so basic for loop has three components separated by semicolon as present in the C language. Okay, so first part is the initial statement executed before the first iteration. Then second part is the conditional expression which evaluated before the iteration, and the post statement which is executed at the end of every iteration. Okay, so this is familiar with the for loop present in the C. Okay, so the init statement, that is first part, will be often a short variable declaration, and the variables declare that are visible only in the scope of the for statement. As someone has asked question yesterday, that if we you initialize and assign values inside the for statement, that so can we reuse that? Yeah, you can reuse you have to redeclare because the scope of that variable is only limited to the for loop. Okay, and the loop will stop iterating once the boolean condition evaluated to the false. Okay, so we are giving the some conditions of, at second statement. Okay, so when that statement become false, then loop will stop iterating. Okay, okay, let's see some examples of for loop. Let's see first simple for loop. Okay, so for is a keyword in the Go language. We had initialized and assigned a variable of type integer I and assign values to 0. Okay, and we are adding boolean condition if I is less than 10. Till this condition reach, we should iterate over this for loop, and at a post condition we are just increasing the value of I by one step. Okay, just try to run this program. Just clear my screen. Okay, so these are printing number from 0 to 9. Okay, at line number when I become 10, so this condition become false and loop will stop iterating. Okay, so in the Go, language, there is not necessary you should provide all the three conditions while declaring the for loop. You can just omit any one of the condition, but semicolon is a necessary. Okay, and there is a not requirement of bracket for the for loop. Okay, but the parentheses are required, and parentheses should be at the same line for the for loop. Okay. So inside the for loop, you can just break the for loop as per your requirement. Okay. With the help of keyword break. Okay. So break will break the iteration of the for loop. Okay. Just try to run this program. Yeah. This is printing number 0 to 11. Okay. So let's take an example of another flavor of the for loop.
In this, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this for loop, can we remove the increment also? Like if we do the increment after print statement.
So you want to just then this will become a infinite for loop. Okay. For the this is the definition of declaration of infinite for loop, and inside the for loop you can break the for loop as per your conditions. So it will be okay to write all the conditions inside the for loop.
Okay.
So yeah, just try to run it once again. Yeah, it will print the numbers. Okay. Just comment on this. Yeah, just there is no while loop present in the Go language, but you can just replicate the behavior of for loop like a while loop. Okay, just you can just mention the condition only, and condition for which this for loop should be break, and this for loop will behave like a while loop. Okay, till our I reach to the value uh, greater than 10, then for loop will break. Okay, automatically. Okay, just save this. Okay. Yeah, it is printing number 1 to 9. Okay, so in this way you can just replicate the behavior of while loop with the help of for in the Go language. Okay. Okay, so let's see another flavor of the for loop, forever. Okay, so let's say you want a infinite for loop. Okay, yeah, this function. So if you omit all the three conditions, okay, then this for loop become will run infinite time, and it will not break at any time. Okay, just try to run this program. Yeah, it will become infinite loop. Okay, and it will never stop. Okay, so in this way you can just use the for loop to write a infinite loop. Okay. So let's say break and continue keyword. Okay. So continue is a keyword in the Go language, as well as break is a keyword in the Go language. Okay. So when you add a continue, it will skip the iteration and it will try to execute the next iteration at line number 54. Okay. And break keyword will break the for loop and go outside the loop. Okay. So with the help of continue, if you want to skip any iterations for any conditions, then you can skip with the help of continue keyword. And if you want to break the for loop, entire for loop, by applying any condition, you can use the break keyword. Just try to run this program. Okay. So here in the function, uh, if the value of I equal to 5, then just we are continuing the iteration. Therefore, it will not print the value of 5, and when the value of 7 reach equal to 7, then we are breaking the for loop, so it will not print 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so it has omitted the 5 here, and it has not printed the values from 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so in this way you can use the continue and break keyword to skip the iterations or to break the for loop, entire for loop. Okay, this is about the loops in the Go. Okay, so anyone has any doubts?
Yeah, so like how we have in C++, if there's only one line in the for loop or the if statement, like we can omit the braces. So is it possible in Go like that?
Okay, so this will not happen in the Go. Okay, so Go will not allow it.
Okay.
Is there any for each loop?
There is no for each loop present, but there is one flavor of for remaining, that is for range. Okay, just I will show you, but when you learn about the slices and the math, that time you will learn about the this flavor of the for. Okay, for each loop. Okay, let's go. We had defined one slice of integer which is having value 1, 2 and 3 and 4, let's say. Then we can loop over the slice. So first parameter is the index idx, and second parameter is the value. Okay, then we can use the range keyword to range over the slices, ers. Just we are printing the values of just comment out this code for now. Just try to comment. Just yeah, you can see index is at index position 0 there is value 1, index 1 there is value 2, index 2 value 3, index 3 value 4. Okay, just if you want the only values, then you can use underscore parameter to omit that index and just print the value. Just run it again. So value equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and just if you want only index, then there is no like idx. So there is no need of omitting the values. So you can directly just accept the first parameter idx. Okay, so in this way you can just print out the index or use the indexes. Okay, this is the another flavor of for loop, that is it replicate the for each loop. Okay,
Will it be same if I ignore that underscore there to print only index?
just try it. It will be same, but as we don't want the values, so there is no meaning to add the ignore that value, just ignoring. Yeah, so this is a standard way to accept the only indexes. Yeah, so anyone has any questions regarding
Sir,
the
will it work similar to in the case of value, like value also?
no, it will be not same as in case of values, because the first parameter is the index and second parameter is the value.
Okay. In one case, we have to mention that underscore then.
Yeah. If you want to accept the second parameters, then you have to ignore first parameter. Otherwise, you can, if you want only first parameter, then there is no need of ignorance of second parameter. It is automatically ignored.
Thank you.
So are there any special cases where we use this range keyword in the for loop? Like we can go for the normal loop as well, no?
Yeah, I till now I had not seen any special use case for such situation. But generally, when we range over the slices, we consume only values, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey Manish,
Only we not use it. Yeah.
like I was wanted to ask you, how can we define a slice of particular size? Like you are defining 4 elements, 5 elements. You are declaring also and initializing also. Like
Yeah.
if only we have to declare a slice of say 5 size, so we have to write bracket 5 and int.
There is a dedicated session for the slices. So in upcoming session, we are covering the slices in depth. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just for your clearance of doubt, we can use the var keyword. Okay. Var s1 of int. So if you don't give the length here, it will become a slice. Okay. And if you provide a length here, okay, then it will become an array. So it is the main.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slice like we have, if you define 5 elements here and we use s1 of 6 here, so it will append that, or we have to use some keyword to append it.
No, no. So in case of array, you cannot increase the
No,
length and capacity.
in slice, like if you don't define any number here for the size,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
have to append a number in this slice, so how we will do that?
So you can just use the function append. Okay.
Okay, there is a function. Okay.
Yeah. So you will learn more about the slices and arrays in the upcoming
Okay.
session. Okay. There you will see what are the slices, what are the arrays, what are the use cases of arrays, and what are the use cases of slices. So why they are Go language maintainer has introduced both arrays and slices. Okay. What is the length capacity of the slices? What is the length of array? Okay. What happen if we pass the slices to the function? Okay. And what exactly slice store inside the memory? So we are covering this in the upcoming session. Okay. So anyone has any doubts regarding the loops? Okay. Let's move to the next part, that is conditional statement. Okay. So conditional statement are used to make a decision based upon the condition. Okay. So there is if statement is we use to add the conditions. Okay. So goes if statements are like for loop. So the expression does not surrounded by parentheses. So as present in some other languages. Okay, but the braces are required. Okay. So just take a look of some example. Just clear this. Okay. Just first some look at the some simple condition where we can use the if statement, how we can use the if statement. So in the print number function inside the for loop, we had added conditions that if I is greater than 2 and I is less than it, then only we are printing the number. Otherwise, we are skipping that number. Okay. So just try to run this simple program. Okay. Just comment out. Just clear this screen. Yeah. So you can see that we are printing only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. as per our condition. So if is a keyword, okay, and we can use the double and operator, logical operator. Okay. Just comment out. See, and let's see the another flavor of the if condition. Okay. So we can use the if and else statement also. So if and else also available in the Go. Okay. So we are checking here whether the number is even or odd. Okay. So we had used the modulo operator here to find out whether the number is even or odd. Okay, just try it out once. Okay, so number five is even, so it is false. Okay. So let's see another flavor. Check number. Just comment out this part for now. Okay, so there is a, you can add ladders of if and else statement also. So first we are checking if the number is less than 0, then we are printing number is a negative. And if number is equal to 0, then we are printing number is 0. And at the end we are printing number is a positive. So in this way you can use the ladders of if and else if statement. Okay, just try it out once. So number 5 is a positive. Okay, so the scope of this number variable is in the function. Okay, so there is a shorthand operator, okay, present in the Go. So you can add any expression here after if, and you can add semicolon, and then you can add the condition whether that condition in true or false. Based upon that, necessary block will get executed. Okay, so here we had assigned one number here, number to n, and we are checking whether number is positive, negative, or equal to 0. So in this way also you can just add the if statement. So by using this flavor, so we are limiting the scope of this n. Okay, so scope of this n will be limit till this if and else ladder. Okay, once this if and else ladder over, then this n will be not available. Okay, so if you want to restrict some scope of the variable inside the if and else statement, so you can add the expression before the after the if keyword. Okay, just try it once. So number 5 is a positive. Okay, just printing here number 5 is a positive. Okay, these are the flavors of if statement. Okay, so in our program, so if you want to check multiple conditions, so it is a standard way to use a switch case statement. Okay, so in the Go language we have switch case also. So let's see the basic syntax of the switch case. Okay, these are the related to the if statement. Okay. Okay, the switch statement is a shorter way of writing a sequence of if and else statement. So if you have to manage the multiple case scenarios, then it is a best practice to use the switch statement. Okay, so it returns the first statement whose value is equal to the desired check of the condition. So there is no need to add the break after each case as present in the other languages. Okay, so let's see different flavors of the switch. So first let's see the basic switch. Okay, here we had assign and initialize and assign values to variable I equal to 2. Okay, just here we are just printing the value. Just try to print ln here. Okay, then in the switch we need to add the variable. Okay, and in the case we are matching the variable values. Okay, if it is 1, then we are printing 1. If it is 2, we are printing 2, and it is 3, we are printing 3. And you can add the default case also. If any one of the case is not matched, then default condition will be get executed. Okay, so this is the simple implementation of basic switch. Okay, just try to execute this. Okay, so write 2 as a 2. Okay, so we can add the multiple expression in a single case. Okay, let's see the printf function. Okay, so here we had added two expression, that is time dot Saturday and time dot Sunday. Okay, in the one case. So if either one of the condition get matched, then this case will get executed. Otherwise, default case will get executed. So, and you can see that we are not added any break keyword in the switch case. Okay, case. Okay, once the any one of the case get matched, then switch block get break. Okay, so there is no need to add the break keyword in the switch in the Go language. Okay, just try to run the print day. Yeah, it's a weekday because it is a Friday. Okay, let's see the another flavor. Okay, so in the Go there is no we can add the switch without condition also. And in that case switch cases are matched based upon the true and false condition. So first true condition will get executed and other conditions will get ignored. Okay, so we are printing the time. So we are getting here latest time, and we are checking whether the hours are less than 12, or otherwise we are executing the default case. Print time. Okay, just run this program. So it is before noon because time is 10 o'clock. Okay, so in this way we can add the switch without any conditions. Okay, so last flavor of this switch is the we can okay we can use the switch case to check the type of variable. Okay, let's see the definition of first is what I am. So we are accepting the values in the interface. Okay, it is an empty interface, so we can store any values inside the empty interface type. Okay, just and in the cases we had matched the type of that input I. Okay, so we can use the switch case to match the type of the variable also. So try to run it. Okay, I am an integer. Okay, because we had passed 65 here. Okay, that's it about the switch case and if and else statement. Okay, so anyone any doubts, they can just ask, or they can just put in the chat box also. Yeah, we will share the snippet on the Slack channel after this session. Uh, Okay, fine. Then we will move to the next part, structs. A struct is a user-defined type that represent collection of field. Okay, so it can be used in the places where it makes a sense to group up data into single unit rather than having each of them as a separate value. Okay, let's see with the help of example. Okay, so let's say you have to deal with a person. Okay, so person has the name, age, and address. Okay, so while implementing the real-time problem in the coding, okay, we generally follow the oops concept. Okay, so we relate the oops object with the struct in the Go language. Okay, so like object has property in the real world, so our struct also has properties. With the help of field we can define that properties. Okay, so instead of defining the variables for the uh, person name, person age, and person address individually, and then maintaining them is a very tedious task. So we can just group the all the fields related to person in the struct. Okay, and just we can just manipulate and handle that single variable of user defined types easily. Okay, so let's see how we can define the structs. Okay, so with the help of type keyword, type, then struct name, and struct is a keyword. Okay, and in the curly bracket we can add different property as a field. So it is a field name and is a field type. Okay, so at line number 13 I had embed assign address of added field address, and assign type equal to the uh, user define another type, that is address. So we can embed the struct in this way also. So nesting of struct is also allowed in the Go language. Okay, so at line number 17 we had declare a variable of user defined type person as a p. Okay, and line number 18 we are just printing the values of each field. Okay, so when the variable is empty, the default value of each type will get assigned to the field of to the each field of this struct. Okay, so default value of string is empty string, therefore name will have empty string value. So default value of integer int is 0, so age will be 0, and address has a two field, location and pin code. So location will have empty string value, and pin code has 0 value. Okay, just comment out all this code. Okay, and just try to run this program. So here you can see that name has empty string value, age is 0, address is the address has value of type address, then address has two field, location is of type string, therefore empty value of string is empty, and pin code is of type int, therefore it has value equal to 0. Okay, so when you only declare variable of user defined data type, so it will get assigned values to value the field equal to the default value of their respective types. Okay, just assign some values to the variable p of type person. Okay, so we had called function new person. Okay, so here we are assigning the values for the name and age. Okay, with the help of colon separated, you can assign values to each field. Okay, And if you want, just you can assign the value of each field as like this only, like John and p dot name equal to p dot h equal to field name. So either you can use this way or this way to assign values to the each field of the struct. Just
Hi Mahesh.
Yeah.
Could we give them a break for 15 minutes and then continue?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when they will come back,